Hello buddy, my name is Spooky Gamer and welcome back to Do Not Take This Cat Home. Now this is an indie game that can be found in the link down below. I will go ahead and play this again. This is the second time I've played it. Technically the third, but it didn't record the first time. So I deleted my save, but I think it remembered that I played. So you may not get the first or the second ending, but just know it's got multiple endings, so hopefully we'll have a different experience this time, and let's see what happens. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. It's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost missed it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you followed the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings of either side. Timidly enter the alley and walk forward, the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Meow meow. Only the sound's source comes into view into the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. By the way, we're going to be doing 2 endings, because I do want to try this and then the next one. Right. At the end of the alley, the big cardboard box is a cat. I guess that should have been obvious. Yes. My cat Buttercup. And it's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold amongst the dark sea of black fur. Puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one is such a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. We are now going to take the cat home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. Meow. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive, too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? Really afford this little outing on your day off. Nope. What to do? Leave cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone to look after if you're not willing to commit? What if you get attached and someone tracks you down back to your home? Sorry to see you around, I guess. I think it said something. End up, the cat watching your every move. You get halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Ignore. No. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get it on with your day. It's what's best for both of you. Leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? Examine your furry dilemma. You'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided what you were going to do for your day off. We're going to go to the movie. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater. But there's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up at the new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though, you're not exactly a fan of the crowds. I think we're the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. We're going to go to the old theater. Eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. Barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s. Maybe maybe in the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. Consider buying some popcorn. I can't help you be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk your way through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. As expected, the theater movie will be playing is completely empty. Perfect. Pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap in the staircase. Just settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. When the screen flickers on, no commercial trailers pop up, the movie just begins. Please, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, doors open behind you, momentarily casting light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. Eluding a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment after all. This can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the theater before heading in your general direction. What? Oh my god. Bruh. When is here? Okay. It's also unusually tall. Even with the stadium range seats somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. Move to the another spot. Yes. Why would you choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. Shaking your head with passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction, you reluctantly pick another less perfect seat in the theater. But as you settle down, you see the stranger person get up. Oh my god, why? Look around somewhat helplessly as if waiting for someone to silently agree with you how odd all of this is. Or at least inform you that it's all an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but... can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here. It meant not being alone with this weird jerk. We'll move to another spot. Move again. Oh my god. Are they just getting a kick out of this or something? There's enough time with this jerk and you don't even know what's going on in the movie anymore. I'll just leave the theater. This is too weird. Feeling uncomfortable, you decide to leave the theater. There's still enough time left in the day to do something else. Now what? We're going to go to the new cinema. You don't know why, but you really don't feel great about the idea of being alone right now. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating being available on DVD or streaming, you join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you reach the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random and you take your tickets from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The fuck is that sound? The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is bustling with people. Is that what you're usually into? It's kind of nice not being alone. If you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing amongst themselves, you get some popcorn, but the lines at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. Go through the halls and follow the sign to the theater designated ticket before heading inside. Someone's going to sit in front of us. Feel it. Sigh. You sigh at the side of the absolutely crowded theater. You head towards the seat only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. There's a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself seated. You settle into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. The screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. Light fades out, but the chatter doesn't. As the audience seems content to talk through the commercials, and even through the trailers. Figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. Say out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. What? The fuck? Suddenly the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. Familiar black cat. These murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. What the fuck? Sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic. And layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say. This is a fucking nightmare, dude. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then you hear it. Scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, souls to chant along with the cat on the screen. Okay, that's terrifying. Stop being so creepy. Oh my gosh. So the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone staring intently at the cat at the screen. You start feeling drawn to the screen yourself. The compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No. They're outright staring holes into you even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. Scowls deepen as time goes on as if they're getting impatient. Leave! It's time to leave! Gather your courage. That's putting you to fear to use. You stand up, fully intending to leave the theater. When everything comes to an abrupt stop. All the chanting stops, even the cat chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance at the theater. They're all staring at you. Every single one of them. They're not moving, they're not even blinking. You swallowed throat, suddenly dry, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. I really doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Legs are shaking under the audience's non-naturally intense scrutiny. But you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been a minute ago. Identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with each step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab you from behind. But no one does. You don't even hear any of them get up. You exit the theater, holding your breath as the doors close behind you. Briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and the theater full of people. Finally, reaching the lobby, you barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in a huge gasp of air. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it. As well as its source, you look up, and your stomach sinks. What? Oh. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you. And they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booth and the lines leading to them. You make your way home. Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the blatant anger, fury, and disgust in their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of the cats meowing behind you. Maybe a kitten's. Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. Reach your front door and fumble with the keys, covering for the look of pure hatred on your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. Finally, get inside your apartment. Look at all the locks on the door, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. Whew. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. Past the kitchen, head to your room and slip under the covers of your bed trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's just all a bad dream. Fall into a fitful sleep, be sure to be full of nightmares of glaring eyes. You try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing in the distance outside your apartment. Black sheep. Wow. That was terrifying. We're going to do another one. We're going to have 2 per episode now, because apparently this is going to be long. You're walking. Right, of course. First time in a while, I just felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. Weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe luck is finally starting to turn around. We're going to do a quick save. Tentatively allow yourself to feel excited to the possibility of where you could go or what you could do, maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. Timidly enter the alley and walk forward. Loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Alright, so I'm actually going to do what I think is the other ending. Finally, the sound source comes into view, the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. We're going to go to the dog park instead. The end of the alley is in a big cardboard box. Is a cat. Yes, that should have been obvious. Yes, kitty. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold amongst the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Meow. So, you look so familiar, right? Meow. Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you. Okay. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. We're going to not take the cat home again. So as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. No way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford to take this little outing on your day off. What to do? We are going to leave Cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hope up? Okay. So we're gonna go. We're going to ignore. Alright, so now we will go to the we will go actually yeah, let's go to the carnival instead. We spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, pharaoh boat. Rides you've been on before. Hoops, coin toss, balloon darts. Games you played before. Funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, food you've eaten before. All things you enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people having all fun together, laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories, and then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet, so high in the sky, but it will soon. You wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. Then, what else is there to do? We're going to enter the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in and you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very, very... Maybe this was a mistake. Why did you think going into a maze of mirrors was a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. You turn around and head back the way you came, only to bump into a mirror. What the? Where's the exit? Try again, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you've realized that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic, I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. Bend down to pick it up. What's this doing here? It's your hand. In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh? The light doesn't look very... Crap, the lights. Did the power go out or did the attraction forget you were in here? How long have you been in here, actually? Pull out your phone to check the time, maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You have the flashlight in your hand. The light in it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know there's probably not that much juice left. Best to reserve it in the worst case scenario and feel your way out. Hey, you can do this. Take a calm breath. I know it's breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, daring adventurer. Welcome to the Mirror Maze. Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? Yes, I need help. Once again, welcome to the Mirror Maze. You're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Or rather, good paws. Oh shit. See these little cuties here? They're doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second. Also, what lies beyond them. Whenever you see these kind kitties, just go where they are and you'll reach the next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in here. It's highly suggested that you refrain from following any of our other guests. They can be sneaky or distracting, but they're always hostile. Please take caution when advancing to the next room. This wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? No, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all. But you can't do anything to them either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left, go center, or go right. Choice is yours. Though, find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, and the paths lead to a mirror or something else, then you just stay put, and maybe just it will work itself out. Now for your navigation tools. Site you found doesn't have much juice left. Only let you have a quick extra peek at your surroundings about 5 times. You don't have to use it up all at once. Right. Lives up to the right. You got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid the less friendly guests lurking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're soft and squishy. Wouldn't take much damage you beyond repair. And besides, you're human, and humans usually only have 1 life, yes? And yet here you get 3. Don't you think you ought to show a little more gratitude? And that's the end of your tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Are you ready to play? Okay. Let's do it. 2, 1. Oh shoot. Cynthia. I was wrong. Okay. Right. Left. Stay. Just wait. Changed. Left. Ah! Go left, quick! Left! Stay. Center. Right. 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 Center. Center. Stay. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Center. Left. Left. Stay. The exit. You're moving forward, but as you do, scenery shifts just slightly at first. You're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. No! Except, you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. On the other side, you see an endless white void, and... what? Yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless. Faceless. And empty. Empty and listless, don't even acknowledge your presence. Try to turn back. The glass doesn't give. Past this glass. Familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you. But you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head and walks away. The glass goes dark. Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. In United, you beat the maze! Wow! Well, I guess that's going to be it pretty much right now. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Link to the game is in the description down below. I will see you all next time. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. Peace.